Hey there, everybody. My name is Franklin Correa, and welcome to the Film Grind. This is a podcast slash video, whichever you want to call it, where we talk about everything and anything in the filmmaking business, especially no budget and micro budget filmmaking. I myself am an award-winning filmmaker and fight choreographer, doing no budget films for over 22 years now. About 22 years now, you might as well say. Just to say over 20 years. Also been in the martial arts damn near 30 years now. Cross-training in a lot of stuff. I hold a 5th degree black belt in ninjutsu. Also cross-training in Filipino martial arts. Did a little sistema, and looking to further my martial arts career with other systems in the future. But we are here on one base and one base only, and that is to talk about film. Anything and everything that has to do with film, especially independent filmmaking. Alright? So this is just an introduction to let you guys know who I am and, where I'm from, and whatever you guys want to ask, you can leave it in the comment section below. It doesn't matter. I know that this video that I'm doing right now is not going to be the greatest because it's being filmed without the right lighting and everything. But, next time it'll have a big, I'm in my kitchen. So, to tell you guys that I'm trying not to move too much so the camera doesn't go in and out. So, with that being said, I am a filmmaker from Newark, New Jersey. As I said, I've been in this business over 20 years. I've been in the martial arts over 30 years, or about 30 years. And I have about 7 or 8 feature films to my name. I won awards for 3 of them. Actually, I'm sorry, for 2 of them. And and I'm just here to talk to you guys about everything and anything that I've been through in the last 20 years. Also to hear what you guys have to say. And I will be having, because it's only me, I will be having other guests on the show to talk about everything from kung fu, martial arts, fight scenes, to action, to horror, to everything and anything on film, like I said. And also the main thing is keeping your budget low and keeping your priorities to a minimal, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people have this problem where they do a movie and they run out of money, or they didn't get enough money to make the movie, or they overthought things and stuff like that. And I'm here to help you guys not mess anything up anymore. I'm trying to keep it PG and trying not to curse. Since this platform will be on since this video will be on other platforms. So, with that being said, the first thing I want to talk about is, even though I don't want to get into it, but the information was released yesterday, and a friend of mine and a mentor, someone that I looked at as a mentor, ALBERT PYUN, passed away. And a lot of people didn't really say anything or do anything, but I don't think that it has hit a lot of people yet. I mean, when I found out, it hit me hard. I didn't know what to do for like a week. Like, I was just in bed, I was in bed just trying to compromise on what just happened, and at the same time deal with it, because like about 2 years ago I lost another mentor of mine, a really close friend named Xavier Kantz, and that hit me really hard. That hit me really, really hard. Because I was really close to him, I mean, that's like an older brother to me. Albert was a good friend, but we lost we lost, touch with each other due to circumstances, which I'm not going to get into. But, I never got to say I'm sorry or goodbye, and it still bothers me, but he always said a few things to me, and these are things that I like to share with you guys. The first thing one of the top things he always said to me was, "Listen, Frank, it only takes one thing for you to make it, okay? One thing." Now, if you guys are wondering what I mean, like one thing, like it only takes one movie, one hit, you know what I mean? All it takes is the right person to see your film, and then the rest is history. But he said, he was like, it could take a year, it could take 2 years, it could take 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. But once you get that one hit, the rest is history. He said, look at Sylvester Stallone. It took him until he was almost 40 to get recognized. It just takes that one hit, that one chance. And I never forgot that. And then there was a lot of other stuff that Albert taught me, like, he always said, which I'm going to be talking about in the later episodes of this, but he always said, whatever you used in your last film, if you have anything left over from your last films that you've done, or if somebody's giving you props or prosthetics or makeup or whatever from one of their films, use it. Just reuse it. Just reuse things. You know what I mean? Because that's gonna save you a lot of time and money. All right, that was one of the other main things he said to me. And another hidden gem that he said to me was, keep your locations minimal and your cast small. Saves a lot of money, time, once again, and when you do your ROI, which is a return of interest, a lot of us micro budget independent filmmakers, we don't do this because we don't get people to finance our films. We have to finance it ourselves. But the return on interest, the ROI that we put out. So say you put out $1,000, right? You want to be able to make that $1,000 back. If you put out $5,000 back, you want to be able to make that $5,000 back, no matter what. So he always said, keep your costs low, because just in case you don't make your money back, at least you can say, hey man, it didn't cost me anything. It only cost me a couple $100. You know what I mean? I used the same camera, all I did was buy some SD cards and some Caro syrup to make fake blood, and I went to Michael's Arts and Crafts and picked up some fabrics and some clay and, made the movie happen. You know what I mean? So, when you're shooting, you shoot with a small cast, if you don't have a crew, shoot it yourself. If you have a crew, keep a small skeleton crew, small cast, minimal locations, and keep the story simple, and you'll make your money and you'll get out there faster. The thing is that one thing that him and I always talked about was people always overthink things, and he said he does it all the time too. He said I do it all the time, but at the time he had dementia and stuff like that. So he said, I'm not in my right mind, he's like, but I overthink things a lot now. But when I was younger, he said, I knew exactly what I wanted, how I wanted it, that was it. And if anybody had anything to say, they were gone, because it was my way or the highway. And I'm a nice guy, but I just want to get things done because, you want to get things done and get it out there. The faster you get it out there, the faster you can start on your next project. And this is a couple years ago. It was crazy, But he made a lot of sense, and I take a lot of that knowledge and I put it here and here, and that's what I use. You guys probably saying, why you touch the right side of your chest? I mean, here and here, basically. I'm sorry. And that's basically the knowledge I use from him and my other mentor and friend Xavier Kentz, and I use that, and I use whatever I learned from reading Rebel Without a Crew, and I do what I gotta do. And now, listen, you guys gotta understand. A lot of people don't like my films. You're not gonna please anybody and everybody. You know what I mean? You might not even please the actors on your film. You might not even please the cast and crew, just the cast and crew on your film. Just not even to say actors. Let's just say cast and crew. They might not be happy with the final product. You know what I mean? But it's yours. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't for you, they wouldn't have anything to show most of the time. So, when your film does get out there, people say, oh, your movie's a piece of shit, and they leave you comments on IMDb, and they leave you comments on Amazon, and they leave you comments all over the place, and they say, your movie looks like a high school musical, worse than a high school production play or a high school musical. I've seen teenagers make better films and stuff like that. You just sit back and you say, in the words of Ice-T, there's 7 billion people in this world. Do you think I give a flying fuck about what one person thinks? No. Now, of course, there's going to be more than one person, but, you can't please everybody. You know what I mean? You can't please everybody, and that's what you have to understand if you're going to make it in this business. You know what I'm saying? But, on this channel and on this show, we are going to be talking about everything and anything. From the type of cameras that people like to use, to why they like to use them, to what types of film people like to do, and what's popular, what's not at the time. You know what I mean? And how can you get yourself out there faster? And how can we make this how can we make this industry work for everyone, instead of making everybody out to dog each other out and pull each other down, and instead of helping each other make it work for each other. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're going to talk about on this channel, and on the film, on this actually web series, the Film Grind. And we're going to cover all the bases no matter what. And I'm gonna, as you can hear me talking now, I'm keeping my cool. I'm not trying to curse. I'm not trying to, sound like a jerk or anything like that, because I don't want anybody leaving things saying, oh, you sound like a tough guy. Oh, because it's happened before. You know what I mean? This is gonna be on Spotify and other platforms, so I gotta keep it professional. Maybe 1 or 2 curses here and there, but that's it. So on that note, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank you guys for signing up to the YouTube channel. I want to thank you guys for helping me promote the YouTube channel and telling your friends and family and colleagues to sign up to the YouTube channel to hear what I have to say. And who knows, maybe we can have a debate one day, whoever you are, and we can talk about films and things that go on behind the scenes, and let people know that there's always going to be 2 different sides, 2 different points of view and 2 different sides of the story. So on that note, thank you guys for tuning in once again. My name is Franklin Correa, and you're watching The Film Grind. Take care. God bless you guys, and I'll see you on the next episode.